wanted to share this not for awareness, but more for information purposes. Things that we might overlook on our day-to-day lives that have an impact. Our choices have consequences. Influencers. If you are making lifestyle vlogs and you're filming in your car while you're driving, that choice has a consequence. God forbid that somebody gets hurt, you will be charged with gross vehicular. If you've texting and driving and you've ever had a citation ever before that got you reprimanded, or like a citation for texting and driving, and you drive and someone passes because of 1 second, for 1 moment where you weren't paying attention, you will get second degree because you were warned before. And that goes for DUI as well. If you've had a DUI ever, doesn't matter how long ago it was, it could be decades ago, but if you got a DUI and the second time you decide to get behind the wheel and somebody gets hurt or worse, and if it's worse, then you will have a second degree charge where you can be spending life. There's also a very big misconception that you have to be over 0.08 to have consequences for getting behind the wheel. You do not. Take, for example, work events, happy hours, where they have 1 drink and get behind the wheel because they're okay. It is so normal in our culture, right? That if you drive, just make sure that you're under the legal limit and you're okay to drive. That's a huge misconception, because if someone passes or gets hurt, you have a gross vehicular charge. Think of your parents, right? 1 drink and you get behind. It's in corporate world. You go out for a drink, you have a drink with dinner, and you're okay. But even if you're 0.0, because you're under 0.08, but something happens, you will get a charge, a gross vehicular charge. Texting driving, drinking driving, vlogging driving, they might all seem like one is okay and one is not. They all have the same consequences. I don't think we understand that. I was with a girl who looked down for a second, and then she was in a community road. She had nothing in her system, okay? But she had a prior texting citation years ago when she was like 17, and she was 27 at the time this happened. She just looked down for a second to reply back, and somebody ran across her car and passed. She wasn't speeding, nothing. She's serving 15 to life right now. It doesn't seem prevalent. I don't want to focus on just drinking, because I have been with women who have been prescription medications. You are impaired to drive. You are impaired. I was with one content creator who was a mommy vlogger that injured somebody because she was vlogging and not paying attention, and she was serving a hefty sentence. 1 second. Second thing is with a cop. I was in there with a cop. She was a mother of 3. She had a DUI when she was 21, and she was a cop, and she went out with all her co-workers at a happy hour, and her co-workers were all cops. They all drank. They all drove back home. She was telling me this verbatim. They all drove back home, but she drove and injured somebody. Luckily, they didn't pass, but injured somebody. She was serving 22 years because she had a prior DUI. If you've never had a DUI, but you're out with your friends and your friends text you that, hey, I don't think you should drive, and you get behind the wheel, second degree, because you were warned literally before you got behind the wheel. Someone calls you and they will find it out. Smoking, weed. It is so scary to see how many people get behind the wheel after smoking marijuana. That is a DUI. If you're a regular smoker, and let's say you didn't smoke that day, but you smoke regularly, you got behind the wheel and someone passes or gets severely hurt, they will blood test you. And if they find THC, please don't differentiate marijuana with alcohol. They will impair you. Texting, smoking, drinking, even below the limit, all of them have consequences. Your vehicle is a weapon. Remember that. It is a weapon. 1 second, your eyes are off the road. you will get an aggravating charge. The aggravating factor, you use your vehicle as a weapon. Mixing. Don't experiment. It's not worth it. You don't know the consequences of what you're doing, right? In your head, you're young, whatever. There's just no excuse. I'm telling you right now, the court orders you to go to AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, where you see you're with alcoholics, and when they go up to speak, these are normal people, normal people. My 7th grade teacher was there. Doctors, met lawyers. I've gone to a lot of AA during my house arrest. All of them say the one thing, only one thing, and they've had multiple DUIs. They're just so thankful that nobody got hurt. And the reason I'm telling you this is when you're out on the street, you're responsible, right? You're not making decisions like that, but that does not mean that people around you aren't making decisions like that. I urge you, just don't even drive. Just don't go out unless you can walk. If you're drinking, walk. Don't get in a car Friday, Saturday. It's not safe. Even Uber, you don't know if the Uber driver is impaired. I've heard stories of Uber drivers being impaired and they're incarcerated now. You don't know, right? If you're impaired and you get in a car, you don't know if they're impaired. You assume the Uber is safe. Check that. Be so careful. Be so careful, because your lives can change in a second. Lives. With women who are healthcare professionals, integral people of our society who have made one choice that impacted so many others, including themselves. And they've lost their entire lives because of that. And they're incarcerated for a long time. And I'm not saying this I wanted to kind of put in it that yes, you are going to be impacted, but the other innocents out on the road are too. And sometimes we're so sheltered that we don't see this. We always hear, don't drive drunk, don't drive drunk. But until you're in a situation, you always think that you're not going to make that decision until you are impaired and make that decision. Don't film in your car. Don't text in your car. DND that phone. Please make sure that the others around you also don't get in the car. Your choices have major consequences for everybody. And you can't change your choice. No matter what kind of person you are, you could be the most amazing person, but your choice has a consequence.